Can I make and sell freeze-dried food? And is it legal to freeze-dry candy and resell? Well, if you want to create a freeze-dry food business, I'm going to give you a step-by-step tutorial on how to make this happen. I'm also going to give you dozens of examples of the types of foods that you can make, and I'll even break down how to make $8,000 a month. Yes, $8,000 a month selling freeze-dried food. I'm going to give you exactly what you need to know. It's going to be up to you to make it happen. We're going to get into that right now. All right, guys, so welcome back to Marketing Food Online. So this is your first video here. Welcome to Marketing Food Online. Our channel is all dedicated to food entrepreneurship, so you definitely want to hit the subscribe button. We have over 1,000 plus videos. We have 50 countries watching us and over 8 million views and counting. So we have a lot of great resources for you if you are into food entrepreneurship. So let's dive right into this. Let's not waste any time. So starting a freeze-dried food business and achieving a sales target of $8,000 per month requires a strategic approach. You got to understand the market and clear financial planning. Here's a step-by-step video on how that breaks down. Step number 1, understanding the market. So before you dive into a freeze-dried business, you do need to understand who is your market. So you want to research. You want to understand who your competitors are and what products they offer and what price points do they offer them as well. Target audience. So you want to define your target audience. Are they outdoor enthusiasts, maybe the emergency preppers, or everyday consumers looking for some additional food to have in case they need it in emergencies? You want to make sure that you understand that, because when you start to market it, as we touch on it a little bit later in the video, I'll explain to you a little bit of the marketing aspects of it, and you need to know who your consumer is. Number 2, product selection. So what is your unique selling proposition? So I mentioned these a lot in my other videos. It's known as the USP. You want to consider offering something different from what is available in the marketplace, or position your product uniquely. Product range. So decide on the number of products you want to start with. Now, starting with a limited range can actually help manage cost and inventory. I highly recommend, like most of the clients I do my consulting with, is I recommend starting a food business with 2 to 3 items. Now, you can start with 2 to 3 types or 2 to 3 categories, but keep it minimal because you don't want to have 100 different ingredients trying to create food. Number 3, pricing and costing. Now, let's assume that the average price of a freeze-dried food pack you're selling is going to be retailed for around $20. To achieve $8,000 a month in sales, you would need to sell around 400 units a month. So basically taking your $8,000 goal and divide it by $20, you're going to get around 400 units. Now, stick with me because later on I'm going to explain how that's actually doable. You might be thinking, Damien, that sounds like a lot. That's not going to happen. Yes, it actually can. And when you break it down by day or even by week, you'll understand that 400 units is something you definitely can do. Step number 4, marketing and sales. All right, so branding. You want to develop a strong brand image. This includes a memorable name, a logo, and your packaging. Be sure to make it something eye-catching, because even if you are completely online in e-commerce, make sure your packaging grabs the attention of those who are scrolling through the internet. You want to be on top of that. Online presence. So you want to, of course, set up an e-commerce website. You want to utilize platforms like Shopify or WooCommerce or even BigCommerce. They are very easy to use nowadays, and you can create websites yourself, which I highly recommend. I have done that with all of our websites that we sell our food on. It makes it easier for you to understand how the websites work. Social media. Now, regularly post on platforms popular with your target audience. Facebook and actually Instagram are very popular with food. I would highly recommend starting there. Content marketing. Create blog posts, videos, or even infographics to grab people's attention about freeze-dried foods, their benefits, the uses, and even different ways to actually incorporate it into their daily meals. Sampling. Now, you can also offer samples at local events or even collaboration with relevant businesses in your community. Don't forget about like farmers markets or even local events and festivals to get going with your freeze-dried business, because it's actually a food product that appeals to so many different people. Number 5, distribution. Online sales. You want to focus on online sales through, of course, e-commerce platforms, even like marketplaces like Amazon, Walmart, or even Etsy, or even eBay. These are great places because they already have existing traffic. Local stores. So you want to partner with your local grocery stores, or even specialty stores to stock your product. Many grocery stores do offer actually emergency foods or freeze-dried foods, and you'd definitely be surprised at getting locally how easy that is. Subscription model. Even consider offering a subscription box model where customers get a regular delivery every month and at a certain discount. Using websites like CreateJoy.com or even WooCommerce again or Shopify is a great places to create subscription websites. Number 6, customer feedback. So reviews and ratings. Now you want to encourage satisfied customers to leave reviews and address any negative feedback that you get. Make sure you get and address it professionally and of course immediately, because anyone that leaves a negative feedback, you definitely can make it a right if you do address it quick. Product improvement. Use feedback to continuously improve your product offerings. Number 7, operations and logistics. Now this is ultra important if you begin to scale your business. Inventory management. You want to make sure you have enough stock to fulfill orders without holding excess inventory. That is a bit tricky, but you'll learn it as you go because you'll judge and gauge it based on your business. Next up is shipping. So you want to decide whether to handle shipping in-house or partner with a third-party logistics. That means shipping it to a warehouse that'll do the fulfillment for you, which is definitely an option because these are shelf-stable foods that last a very long time. Number 8, financial management. So you want to track sales and profits. Use an accounting software or hire a professional to keep an eye on your revenue, costs, and profits. You want to also reinvest. Initially, focus on reinvesting any portion of the profits into marketing and business growth. Don't necessarily pay yourself at first. I would maintain some type of a job or other income when you're launching the business, but as it becomes profitable, begin to pay yourself. Number 9, continuous improvement. You want to expand your product line. So as you gather more data and feedback, consider expanding your product range. Listen to customers if they begin to ask you if you carry this, or this, those different items that you may not have. That's actually something that we did, and we developed a really big menu of items online because people started asking, do you sell this or do you have that? Next up is number 10, set and review your goals. Now, monthly review. Check your progress toward that goal of $8,000 a month. Adjust your strategies if necessary and adapt to different changes in your business. If you see particular one item that sells a lot, maybe you should double down on that one and sell more of it or offer it at a discount in quantity. Quarterly and yearly goals. As your business grows, set higher targets and expand your strategies. Remember, while these steps provide a good guideline, every business, of course, is unique. You'll need to adjust and customize these steps based on the specific dynamics of your market and your location and the resources you have available. But don't stop. Always continue to push forward. Even in months when it might be slower than normal, figure out a way to make it better. Now, let's dive into freeze-dried foods. Now, the following is, of course, a list, not all exhaustive, but this is a good idea of what you can actually freeze-dry. Number 1, fruits, like apples, bananas, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, mangoes, pineapples, grapes, cherries, and peaches. These can all be freeze-dried. Next up, number 2, vegetables. Vegetables like peas, corn, broccoli, green beans, bell peppers, onions, spinach, tomatoes, carrots, and mushrooms. These are also a great way to start if you're looking to get into vegetables. All right, next up are meats. Proteins like chicken, beef, pork, turkey, fish, specifically salmon and tuna, by the way, which are very popular, and shrimp can all be freeze-dried. You can even get into doing dairy, like milk, yogurt, cheese, and eggs. They all have the ability to be freeze-dried. Prepared meals like pasta dishes or rice dishes, soups, stews, or even curries. Those are great for also freeze-drying. Now, sweets and desserts, things like ice cream, by the way, or even cheesecake, fruit pies, and so on, those are great because a lot of people enjoy sweets even if they're freeze-dried. Beverages like coffee, tea, and juice can also be freeze-dried. And herbs like basil, parsley, cilantro, or mint, or even any fresh herb or seasoning can definitely be freeze-dried as well. Look at grains and cereals. Oatmeal, quinoa, rice, tofu, and even pet foods have an ability to be freeze-dried. So there you have it. It's a great quick rundown and a good foundation to understand the ability for you to actually get to that $8,000 a month selling freeze-dried foods. Now, if you have any questions about how does it work and how does it launch, let us know down below and we'll get a chance to answer them. And if you've actually launched a freeze-dried food business, what were some of the challenges when you first started? Many of those that are watching this video might love your advice, so definitely leave a comment down below. And I'll see you guys on our next video.